undefeated here at Sage's shop with prank kits, and I'm just gonna get straight into it, and not everything's pretty much self-explanatory. Double Roxy's. I hate playing 3 of this. In my opinion, it's a brick and it's the worst one to draw. This is the best one in the deck. Fansies. It fools just barely any other kid. You open this up, you play around Nib. 3 Dropsies and 3 Fire. Pretty much self-explanatory on these. So that's all the kids I play. And then for the hand traps, I play quite a bit. I play Triple Ash, generic, hits a lot of things in the game. 1 Paper Tops, it's not a bad card to draw. Probably one of my favorite hand traps in the deck. Gamma, love this card. I always see it. It's always alive in this deck because when you use Doodle's effect, you usually don't have a monster on your field, so this is always alive if you have it in your hand. 3 Lancia and 3 Nib. So as you'll see on my side, I play different. I alternate between Droll and this card. Sometimes I'll play this, other times I'll play Droll, just depending on what I feel like I'm going to play against. At this locals, I didn't know what I was going to play against, so I just went with Nib. And so that's pretty much it. Pretty standard. And then for the Prank Kids spells, we play 3 Place.
These are my most
Ash Bait. Really good card. Chain blocking. 3 Fusion. You need to play 3. And then I'm going to play 2 Pranks. Don't miss a 3rd. So this is just standard in Prank Kids. The only thing that people do play in this deck, some people do, I don't play, I don't like it, is the Trap card. That lets you link summon on your opponent's turn. I don't agree with playing that card on this format. I mean, the deck already does a lot by itself, so I don't think it's needed. For the non-Prank Kids spells, 3 Desires. Gotta flex the ultis. This card has been crazy today. The amount of time I drew nutty off this, the amount of times I don't banish multiple kids, this card's just insane. And then 100% for the rest. Before, I wasn't maining any back row removal. I've seen people play Cosmic, Triple Cosmic, and stuff like that. I decided to just play the Duster because it's just nutty when you see this card and you have full combo to OTK. So this card's really good. And then 1 Instant Fusion, I see this more than I should. This card's insane. Should not be at 1 in my opinion, but it's really good, and it's a lot of these cards like these right here they're just sacky. For the traps, these are just I'm not done.
Traps.
Pretty good.
Bruh.
And then for the traps, I play Triple Ice Dragon, Triple There Can Only Be, and Triple Strike. I used to not play the strikes at all when I first started playing this deck. I used to just play the Can Only Be in prison because a lot of the Prank players were these were the ones they were playing. This was I got started playing this deck because Pack. So shout outs to Pack. He got me to play this deck. I've been playing it for a solid month. But before it was just this, and I decided to up my count to 47 so I could play this because before it was 44 and I put 3 of this. So I decided to play 3 Strike, and I don't regret it. This card is just insane because my worst matchup for me is probably any form of Zoo or Zoo Outlich or a deck that could just pop my normal summon. And so I feel like going first, this card just helps a little bit. So when they go normal summon, you make their thing attack, and then they strike the Zeus, and then it's they waste all their materials for the Zeus. And then this card's also good against the Zoo matchup because they summon 1 Zoo there can only be. So unless they have the lore to send away this, that's fine. Because then you can always strike that effect as well. And then this is just for the mirror match, and it's also against Dragon. This card's good against Dragon and Dinos. So these are just really powerful traps right now.
So the other interesting thing.
That's it for the main 47. And then for the we'll go side deck. Nothing really too special. 3 Judgment. If I'm going first in game 3, and I only side in Judgment if there is enough time, because I like to play strike in the main. Sometimes I'll leave the strike and the judgment as long as there's enough time in the match. Like if there's like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, I usually don't. But if we're talking like 20 minutes, 18 minutes within that time realm, because I can gain so many life points on your turn and my turn and burn you, I'll side this in with that. If not, I won't side that in. One red reboot. We hate trap decks. 3 evenly. And 2 cosmic. So these are like for the back row. And this is to protect your stuff, like your back row and stuff like that. And then the only 3 hand traps that I said I interchange from the main to side, from here and there. 3 Droll and Lockbird. So yeah, that's what I interchange between my deck. I'll swap the nibs for Drolls or Drolls for nibs. Just depends where I'm going and how, like, to me, what I feel like is going to be the best for that event. And then 3, this deck generally has a good matchup against combo. 3, there can only be. I actually don't. I side this in, yes, against certain matchups, but a lot of the times I don't because of a lot of the high impact like hand traps I play in my main, like Gamma, Lancia, Nib. And then if it searches a lot, this usually, so like any combination of like Nib, Lancia, Gamma, like Droll, Ash, like any combination of that with double Battle Butler is just a blowout against most decks. And then if you draw your traps, it's just even more of a blowout. But that's it for the side. And then for the extra deck, the only XZ, totally awesome. I usually make this turn 2. It's my go-to play. I'll usually just summon 2. When I summon Butler, I'll summon 2 water. So then if they don't attack into my 2 water, I can just make Toad so that I can OTK. So like it protects me from Nib, a trap card, something that interrupts my plays. So that's the only XZ. I play for the power level 4s. I don't play Roadsters. I switch Roadster for the Floral Sword, and then I play the generic Talker. I use this in a simplified game state of like there's only like a monster in the field and just hit and play under Nib. And I use this card. A lot of people like, yes, this is game as well, but I only use this in scenarios where the field is full of cards like 2 back row, just multitude, like more than 3 cards on the field. This will just, since they can't respond, it's just like pop, pop, pop. And usually they're at 7,000. You hit this and something else, and then that's game. So I only use this when there's too many cards on my opponent's field, and I use this when this is just like a monster in simplified game state. But sometimes this comes up more than this. This play under Nib, this you kind of play into Nib. But they're both, in my opinion, they're both utility League 4s. Phoenix, collector's rare. Unicorn, collector's rare. Some people only play one or the other. I like both. This has won me so many game 3s, it's insane, especially against like Outlich, because they'll summon like a Lord and they're down to like so much life points. All I have to do is like hit for like 25 or whatever, and then the grind game and just like ping them after their Lord is bounced back into their deck. For the Prank Kids Fusions, I play 1 Wishy Washy, 1 Rocket Ride, and 1 Butler. Don't need to play more. This comes up only in certain scenarios. This comes up like when you get nabbed, you can use Instant Fusion or Fusion to it if you have Prank Kids Fusion and another name to keep playing. Butler is like, in my opinion, like the most broken card in this deck. It's, like this card is insane. And then for the 1 Bow Wow Bark, you don't need more. And then I play 3 chicken. Some people play 2 chicken. I like playing 3, especially in the graveyard. This card's insane. And then the 3 like best card that makes this deck function, and like what makes Butler even more broken. Like I feel like one of these should be put at 1. Like this should be put at 1, or this should be like banned completely because this is not fair. Like non-targeting Regeki Destruction 2 times because of this card is insane, which is a 3-mana now. So like this is what makes the deck work. I don't think they'll hit anything on it. But yeah, I really enjoy the deck. That's it for the deck profile. Shout outs all of my guys in Peru, Indiana, and in Kokomo. Shout outs to Rivals Gaming, shop that I play with, people I play with over there consistently. Shout out to Sages. Shout out to all my friends that help me play test all the time. And yeah, that's it.